So originally, when I was a young speedcuber who didn't really know all that much about speedcubing, I always wondered myself what made a speedcube a speedcube and what made a Rubik's Cube a Rubik's Cube and why they were so different and what was so good about speedcubes. So today I'm actually going to go over the differences between a Rubik's Cube and a speedcube to show you why speedcubes are actually way better. So let's first talk about the Rubik's Cube. So the Rubik's Cubes, they're not horrible, they're good for beginners, but when you're trying to speed solve them, they just really don't like to turn. On speed cubes, we have something called corner cutting, and Rubik's Cubes really lack that, and it's basically the ability to turn a layer without having the cube layers fully aligned, like this. Now, Rubik's Cubes don't ever want to corner cut because of the fact that they're not designed to. The internals on a Rubik's Cube are way different than the internals on a speed cube. So for corner cutting, a Rubik's Cube just really isn't there, while a speed cube can corner cut really well. Another reason that makes speed cubes so much better is the fact that Rubik's Cubes turn really badly. There's a lot of friction between the pieces and they rub together a lot, so if you don't use it enough and those pieces start to kind of sand down, it's really just not going to do anything. If you don't turn it fast enough and that those pieces actually start to kind of like sand down and get smaller, then it really is really bad for turning. Another thing is the inside mechanism. So the inside mechanism on a Rubik's Cube is basically like a ball shape. It's really weird considering other speed cubes that have like pieces that all connect to each other and you're able to like take them apart and take them out. A Rubik's Cube doesn't actually let you do that. It only lets you like pull it about this far apart, and that's about it. That's why it doesn't corner cut well, because it doesn't have all that flexibility, while speed cubes actually have a lot of flexibility and they're way easier to turn. For example, a speed cube can do something like this, to where it can pop the pieces out and you can actually see the internal areas like the core. Now a Rubik's Cube, instead of having pieces like that, it has pieces that are connected to an interior ball that spins, almost like a 2x2 inside in a 3x3, which you can tell doesn't really make a great 3x3, because for a 3x3, when you're speed solving it, you generally need something that's nice and flexible and can turn really fast, and the Rubik's Cube really is just neither. It's not amazing, but it is good for learning. Another really good thing about the Rubik's brand, though, is that it doesn't ever corner twist. In speed cubes, it's really easy for this to happen, and that literally makes the cube impossible to solve. With the Rubik's Cube, since the core is so different, these pieces are incredibly hard to corner twist. They're literally so hard to turn. So that makes the Rubik's Cube quite a bit better for that. But overall, the Rubik's Cube just isn't really there when it comes to speed cubing. Speed cubes are definitely a lot better for all those reasons. And then also, for speed cubes, you can customize them. The Rubik's Cube just comes as a set default, and you can't do anything with that. Speed cubes, however, have customization options to where you can customize it to what you like. For example, on the GAN 356M, it has a GES core, which basically can tighten and loosen depending on what you like and how you want it to feel overall. Also, another good thing about speed cubes is some of them actually have magnets. And so what these magnets do is they align the layers when you're turning, so that you don't have to worry about them being misaligned like in non-magnetic cubes, like the Rubik's brand. Overall, speed cubes are a lot better for speed cubing, and Rubik's Cubes are just okay for if you're learning how to solve a cube and you just want to know how to solve it so you can get it done. But if you're definitely looking to go further into the speed cubing world, you should definitely get a speed cube and not have the Rubik's Cube as your main. Also, before I end the video, I wanted to give a quick shout out to Speedcube Shop, where you can get all these cubes and way more.